Welcome back to the channel. And today, such a beautiful day out. The wife and I are finally back from our vacation, and I'm trying to play catch up a little bit on some of the videos that we took down in Ocean City, Maryland over the last 2 weeks. So we did a lot of sunsets and sunrises and getting the dogs here, and took the Mavic Air out. Really got some really nice footage over the last 2 weeks. The sunsets and sunrises, I got a ton of footage, and what I think I'm going to do is break it up into 2 separate videos and let you guys kind of review it a little bit. First I'll post the sunrise, a lot of the sunrise pictures and video that I took with the Mavic Air using some ND filters, and I really think the sunrises look great. But personally, especially down Ocean City, Maryland, I'm not sure about other locations, I think the sunset videos with the Mavic just are going to look so much better. I think the coloring in the sunsets over the ocean and with the skies and the coloring is going to look really, really nice. So I'm going to do sunrises first. I did use a lot of the ND filters when shooting just to get the, so it wasn't overexposed in the footage. I have an ND 4 filter, 8 and 16, and depending on how bright it was outside, I would actually switch out my filters. The brighter it was, obviously, the higher the ND filter that I was using. So before the sun went down, it was a little higher in the sky, I'd have that ND 16 on there, and then I'd switch over to the ND 8, and then switch down to the ND 4 just before it went down below the horizon, just for reference for anyone that wants to shoot that kind of footage. And yeah, let me know your feedback on the footage that I took. I think it came out pretty nice. The ND filters that I'm using are from DJI. They fit on the Mavic Air. And also, as many of you probably know by now, DJI released the Mavic 2 Pro and the Mavic 2 Zoom, and I don't think I almost pulled the trigger on buying the Mavic 2 when they were doing the announcement earlier this week. My wife's looking at me in the background. You can see her back here. I almost pulled the trigger. I mean, looking at the video that presentation that they put together, it really was kind of nice, and I was really close to pulling that trigger, but at this point I don't think it's gonna give me any additional benefit to the footage that I'm posting. I'm still getting a lot of very useful footage out of the Mavic Air, especially for the YouTube and Instagram posts that I put up. Obviously the Mavic Pro, Mavic 2 is a much better camera on there, especially with the 1-inch sensor on the Pro, and I really did like some of the additional features on the Zoom, which costs less than the Pro version. But I'm not going to pull the trigger. A few weeks ago, if you remember, I also just bought the One Wheel XR Plus, so I don't think at this time the wife would be too happy if I picked up another DJI product. So anyway, let me roll the footage for you. Enjoy. Let me know what you think of the footage in the comments below. Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. If you're new to the channel, I'm Ron. This is my wife Melissa. We're down here Ocean City, Maryland for the next 2 weeks, and so far it's off to a good start. We've been flying the drone. We've done some sunrise pictures. Roll some B-roll here. Then of course we had the bonfire on the beach, so I'll run that B-roll here.
What about the shark?
Oh, and then we got some sand sharks being caught right off the beach in the morning. I'll roll some B-roll here. So in reference to the Mavic 2 Pro and the Mavic 2 Zoom, real quick, the Mavic 2 Zoom is on DJI's website right now. The Select Combo, they're calling it Select Combo, not the Fly More Combo. They're selling it at $1,249 for the Mavic 2 Zoom, and for the Mavic 2 Pro, they're selling it at $1,449, again, for what they're calling the Select Combo Pack. Both of these drones are faster than the Mavic Air, 44.73 miles per hour. And one of the things that I definitely like about the Mavic 2 Pro is, again, the 1-inch CMOS sensor that shoots or can capture at 20 million pixel versus the Mavic 2 Zoom. It's got the 1/2/3 CMOS sensor. It can capture at 12 million pixels. So obviously the Mavic 2 Pro is the higher end drone in this series. Obviously the price reflects that as well. The other thing to keep in mind is that the Mavic 2 Pro does not have that dolly zoom feature, which you'll find on the Mavic 2 Zoom. That's one of the obviously primary selling features of the Mavic 2 Zoom, is that dolly zoom. And it's kind of an interesting feature. I'm sure if you look it up online on the DJI website, you can see exactly what it's doing. But it's kind of an interesting feature. It's one of the things that I do like about the Mavic 2 Zoom, but again, not enough to push me over the edge to actually purchase it. The biggest feature of both of these drones that I think everyone would agree is a plus, and certainly everyone seems to love, is it's got the OcuSync 2.0, which is good up into, they're rating this, at least in the US under FCC regulation, 4.97 miles is what they're saying. That's, you know, much further than probably most of us need, but it's OcuSync 2.0 versus the OcuSync 1.0, which is in their original drone releases. It's a proprietary wireless connection, and certainly everyone agrees that it's a much more stable connection when you're flying this particular drone. And of course, both drones have a 31-minute flight time. So just a little background on both of those new Mavic 2 series out. The biggest difference between the Mavic 2 Zoom and the Mavic 2 Pro is simply the camera. The difference between the sensors. So just wanted to throw that out there. You're gonna see a lot of videos obviously this week, and I'm sure many of you watched them already. But that's not really the primary focus of this video, but I did want to reference it just for those that subscribe to my channel. Like I said, I don't see myself purchasing it anytime soon, but certainly a very cool drone. I wanted to highlight some of the features if you hadn't seen it. Oh, and one last thing before I go too. If you're not an active subscriber, please think about subscribing. If you are an active subscriber, thank you very much. And the channel continues to grow. I think we're closely around 3,600 subscribers. I'm really looking forward to hitting that 5,000 sub mark. We're getting there. And then my major milestone that I'm really hoping we can get in the next 3 to 6 months would be a 10,000 sub base. So if you're not an active subscriber, please think about subscribing. I really appreciate the channel and the support that everyone gives when I post these videos. Until next time, happy flying, and for those with the one wheel, be safe riding. Take care.
Yeah, safe. Don't crack up.